In this video, I'll be answering the question, should you go to film school? What are the pros? What are the cons? Is it worth the money? And will you still succeed if you don't? Coming up. Hey everyone, Steve from Learn Online Video, helping you master the art of online video production. So a question that seems to keep popping up is, should you go to film school? What are the pros, what are the cons, what are the alternatives, and is it worth the money? So I've created a list of the pros and cons of going to film school. This list has what I believe are the 5 best things about going to film school and the 5 not so best things about going to film school. The pros and cons of film school. Number 1, equipment. A huge advantage of going to film school is the equipment. You'll have access to cameras, tripods, editing software. During my time at film school, I had access to studio space where we could shoot short films, TV shows. Film school will also introduce you to equipment. Before I went to film school, I had no idea what a Steadicam was. Film school gave me the opportunity to use equipment, experiment with new techniques, and fast track my skills. Number 2, relationships and like-minded people. You build close relationships at film school, both professionally and personally. You also get to make great contacts. You're put in situations that you may not be if you didn't go to film school. We were permanently getting sent out to work on jobs, even if it was just as a runner or a camera assistant. These were great opportunities to make contacts. During my time at film school, I was often put in situations where, as long as I showed I was keen, I'd be offered opportunities and paid work for after I graduated. It's always worth putting in that little bit of extra effort, showing that you're keen, because you never know where it may lead. Number 3, learning all the different roles. Film school allows you to try all the different roles within the film industry. So it may be that you go into film school thinking that you want to be a director, but then discover you've got a real passion for producing. Trying and understanding all these different job roles will not only help determine your career path, having this knowledge will help you best plan your films, communicate with others on set, and ultimately improve your films. Number 4, mentors. Having mentors who have worked in the industry will help guide you, and they'll be there to answer your questions. Depending on your film school, you may have more than one mentor. I personally had a director, I had a producer, and I had a video editor. So it was really good to be able to have a mix of people that are working in the industry to be able to pick their brains about specific things. Number 5, scheduled learning. If you go to film school, all of your schedule is planned out for you. Your days, your weeks, your months, your holidays, your term time. It's all scheduled for you, so take full advantage of it. Some people thrive in a classroom environment whilst others don't. These are all the types of things that you need to consider before you make your decision. The worst things about film school. Number 1, cost. Now, depending on the film school that you go to, the most prestigious schools may charge anywhere around $35,000 a year. I was paying £10,000 a year, but no matter which way you look at it, it's a lot of money. Number 2, it's unlikely to lead to a job. Yes, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that scroll that you get presented with is kind of useless. Yes, you'll have a tremendous feeling of pride and accomplishment, but it's unlikely that that little piece of paper saying that you went to film school is actually going to land you a job. It will be your personality, samples of your work, and what value you can bring to them. Number 3, dissertation. Now, depending on what film school you go to, this may vary, but generally you are required to do a dissertation. Basically just a really long, horrible essay, tens of thousands of words, and it all counts towards your final grade. Number 4, you're going to be poor. For most of us, being a student will mean having little to no money. Or you might just have really rich parents, in which case get them to pay for it. Number 5, feedback by filmmakers. If you don't surround yourself with filmmakers and get feedback, it's really difficult to judge the quality of your work. Whether this is feedback from mentors or from fellow students, it's always really useful to find out what other people think. When feedback is constructive, and I'm not just talking, your video's a piece of it can really improve your skill set fast. So whether it's just a simple case of move this shot here, tweak that audio level here, it's all going to be really useful and help you improve quicker. So what are the alternatives? Well, for a start, you could take that big lump sum of money that you were going to spend at film school and invest that into some equipment. Camera, slider, editing software. Build up a portfolio and then create a show reel that best sums up whatever it is that you do. Other alternatives to film school: try volunteering on film shoots, make coffee if you have to, get your foot in the door. There are ways to make it in the industry without going to film school. There are many online training courses available, and for some this is a great way to learn. Maybe learning online through tutorials isn't your thing. Try work experience. It may be that you can get a paid job and work your way up. It is going to be competitive, but it will be cheaper and could be quicker than film school. So to sum everything up and to answer the question, should you go to film school? My answer is this, and there's really two parts to this question. Should you go to film school, and do you need to go to film school? You do not need to go to film school in order to succeed, but I think you should go to film school if you're given the opportunity. For me, the pros completely outweigh the cons. Yes, it costs money, but is it worth it? Absolutely. So I hope this video has helped. As always, any questions, leave them in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, give it the old thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, you can do that by clicking over there. And if you want to watch another video, you can do that by clicking over there. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.